Hello, everybody. You want to know how I made $8,300 in the last 90 days on Facebook? I'm going to show you my earnings, my actual Facebook page, and everything I learned. Oh my goodness, I learned so much last night. I learned that my page has a feature limit. Did you know that was a thing? Well, I learned it was last night. I'm moving this around to show you this is really real. This is really real. This is really my account. So, in fact, let me flip over here and show you my actual page. It's Plunder Studios. I'm trying to get my phone in my hand. And, I actually set up this page, oh my goodness, in 2016 maybe. And it never, at first, it wasn't monetized at all. Um, Maybe a little bit it got monetized, I don't know when. And then, because I didn't know what I was doing, and I'm still learning. Okay, and so of course I post stuff about true crime, mostly
If you turn off
photos, and I even did a little
if you turn off that body cam
AI
video,
thing there. I've been experimenting. Anyway, as you can see, okay, this is the last 90 days, my earnings. Eventually, I learned it was monetized. I was like, what? Thank God I've been monetized. And so, let's see, somewhere, okay, December 18th, it says 33 cents. So obviously, I wasn't really monetized. That might have been, I don't know if it shows what I earn on my personal profile too. My personal profile is a lot less. So, anyway, by Christmas Eve, look at that, God's blessings, I started earning money. And I was like, oh, I'm monetized. Let me figure out what to do here. Because previously it just said I wasn't monetized anymore because, I would just basically post something and throw a link to my YouTube video channel over there. I didn't realize you weren't really supposed to put links in your Facebook post. And maybe not even in the comment section, I'm learning, but we'll see. We're learning together, basically, if you're a content creator. Okay, so look at this. December 27th, 224. December 30th, $1.32. Okay, January 1st. So it starts moving up, and I'll show you the content eventually I created around these dates. We'll scroll back there. So January 5th, I start, posting like photos. I remember there was a judge in Ohio who lost her position. She ended up in court. So I started learning apparently how to post stories and they were getting monetized and they were getting a lot of engagement. As you'll see, look at this engagement over the last 90 days, in the thousands at first. It's like, oh, your engagement went up after your net followers increased by 100%. So I was like, whoa, it's really starting to. I mean, look at this. January 11th, 1.5 million, I think that's views, I guess. And I'll show you what that entailed. So I started making money just from posting like photos of crime case information, evidence I was getting. Let's see if I could back up one day here to see. It's weird how it doesn't, and they don't make it easy for you to land on the day you want to land on. Maybe if I can do a custom. Oh, it doesn't let me do custom here. Anyway, I'll just try and scroll through and show you guys what happened. So, January, I was getting into the flow. I was like, okay, let me keep posting and see what happens here. Original content, me, even if I chat GPT something or I read about it on another site, I'll quote them or I'll, rewrite it, make it original, make it interesting. Okay, so end of January, things are going well. I mean, look at February. Amazing. The Lord is great. February 1st, $567.40. So some of these include a bonus because you'll see Facebook, like these extra bonuses, $966, they would start showing me these challenges like, oh, if you earn a certain amount in a certain amount of time, you can get a bonus. And I even turned subscriptions off. I didn't even want the subscription money because, I already have Patreon and YouTube memberships. I was like, I don't need to, do more subscriptions. So I was trying to cancel that. No stars, basically. All of this is from just posts and photos. So February, look, it's swimming along greatly. Almost $1,000 on February 2nd. And if you go up, there it is. That's amazing. February 3rd, more than $1,500 in one day. So look at this, February 3rd, but look what happens after February 3rd. Okay, February 4th is still good, 362. By February 8th, it drops down to $11. And so of course, naturally, like the Meta support told me last night, the woman, she was really nice. It's good to get Meta verified because that's the only way I was able to get in touch with this woman. So I've been basically working my butt off. I almost felt like crying. Okay, February 10th, it was still pretty good. $100. If I could make $100 in a day, I was like, oh, that's good. But for it to drop from such a high, and then I kept going. Look, all throughout the rest of February, it would hit $50, $10. March 2nd, I got to $83 that day, $85 that day, $42 that day. But I knew something had changed. It was no longer 362, and I was doing the same kind of similar amount of work, getting the same evidence in a way. And I was like, why did it go so low? So I was like, I have got to get in touch with Meta support. So I pay about $50. Let me go here. Here it is. Let's go there. I pay about $50. I guess I had canceled it previously, but I pay about $50 per month for Meta support. And this was exactly for this reason, because I'm like, something went wrong. I had to talk with ChatGPT. I'm like, something's a problem. So anyway, if you Google how to get in touch with Meta support, you can do it through like the Facebook, your back end. What is it? The Meta. You can Google the info. You can scroll through, and if you pay for Meta support, I was able to get through on a chat and contact them last night. So it's like, oh, you're in the right place. An agent will be with you soon. So anyway, this is what I told them. This is what they told me. I understand you're experiencing a significant drop in post reach on your Plunder Studios page despite similar content and engagement levels. And if you'd like me to review it, if your page is still eligible for recommendation and distribution, I will do my best, because they tell you, go through and check the health of your page, and you can do all this somewhere, I forget. But I checked the health of my page. Everything seemed fine. It said, you're still monetized. You're still fine. Everything's okay. You have no strikes against you. You have no page issues. So I was like, wait a minute. If I have no page issues, how could I go from this huge, up here? Where was that? In January. I think that was still in January. I'm like, how did I go from there to all of this despite me working just as hard, trying? And something was different. Okay. So I told her hi, and before we proceed, and she wanted me to give her my phone number. And she was mainly an advertising person, engagement, but I don't really run Facebook ads. I mean, I have in the past, but I don't anymore. But I'm like, look, I'm worried about content creation and monetization reach. It spiked in January and February, but I'm making sure my page is I'm trying to make sure my page is being recommended for real, because views decreased. I see a lot of people in the Facebook groups talking about this. She's like, allow me to investigate. Thanks for your patience and everything. She scheduled a call. May I call you in 15 to 20 minutes? And she was like, wait, it would have been last night between 9:15 and 9:30 my time. And she needed 5 more minutes. I'm like, no worries. I'm still awake. She was a sweetheart. And then she told me, she started the call. So I'll tell you what she told me. So basically, I'll flip over here while I'm talking. She's like, in essence, your account has a feature limit. Now it didn't really tell me this anywhere else. I had a feeling this is what was going on, but it did not tell me. In fact, she's basically telling me you've been posting too much. But Facebook, it kind of encourages you to post too much, because every time you make a post, for example, like these posts, it asks you, oh, do you want to share this as a reel? Do you want to make this a story? And so I kept saying, yeah, and in essence, I thought I wasn't posting enough. Some people out there, they say, post only a couple times a day or a few times a day on Facebook if you have a page. You can kind of get an
If you
idea of
turn
the
off that
stuff
body,
I post right now. So just scrolling through to let you know the types of things I post. But see, the engagements are so low, like only 4 likes on this one, or 1 share, or 1 like and 1 share. And it used to be a lot more than that. So I thought, well, this one got some good engagement, but normally, for example, this one, and I'll just look at the insights on this one. Um, normally, okay, we got nearly 100,000 views here, about $12. Normally, if it weren't this feature limit, this post might have gotten 10 times as much, maybe 1 million views, maybe $110 without this stupid feature limit. But this one, I guess, is my 1 out of 10, you know? And let's see the other ones here to give you an idea of my top ones right now. Just there's the Corey Richins trial going on, another woman who had been arrested before for harming her sons. So these are the kinds of things I post. But now I see what this feature limit is. Facebook encourages you on one hand to, post the photos, put some text with it. I didn't put that much text with this one. And look what I did here, which I might stop doing. I said, woohoo, this is for the Corey Richins trial. This woman who's accused of poisoning her husband. She wrote this 6-page walk the dog letter. And I was like, oh, we might finally get to talk about this walk the dog letter. 6 pages, And I hope I put this on the microphone on. Well, we'll see. I was like, we'll finally get to talk about the walk the dog letter. Listen to me reading it in the video in the comments. So I know better than to put a YouTube video link or any link right here in the description like I used to. Now I link to my own video, my YouTube video of me reading the letter I'm talking about in the comments. But ChatGPT is even saying, maybe don't do that. Don't put a post here on Facebook and don't put a link right in the first comment right away, or Facebook will see it as you, leading people off their platform. I wish they just had a book of the actual rules. But in essence, it's like what I did previously way in the past was putting, any kind of link up in this description. I didn't even think about leading people off of Facebook, so I stopped doing that. I put it in the first comment like I see a lot of people doing, but ChatGPT is saying maybe don't even do that. But what Meta Verified told me, this woman, she asked the actual alleged experts, I'm posting too much. There's a feature limit on my account to make it go away. Stop posting. They told me to stop posting for about 48 to 72 hours. Now, today is Wednesday, March 11th. I talked to her last night. I posted on Facebook last night. So my plan is, okay, don't post Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. She said that should give the feature limit time to reset. Because basically she's saying, oh, Facebook can't tell between a human and a bot. If you're posting too much. Like I thought I needed to post more. I started posting. I'm up late at night. I'm like, maybe I'm just not posting enough. I just need to keep posting and wait for this cycle to go away. Because everyone on the Facebook groups they're like, oh, what happened to my engagement? It really dropped. Well, they probably have feature limits on their accounts too. They just don't know it. So she told me, in essence, lower your engagement. Just stop posting about 48 hours. And I read some people say 72 hours. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to stop posting for a few days. Maybe I'll come back Saturday and only post once or twice. And I can tell you the thing I think that really messed me up.
Please have a seat.
These reels. One time I posted this really long video. It was about 2 hours long. And I thought, okay, I'll just post it 2 hour long video up here. Who knows? Maybe it'll do well. Well, then Facebook has this option and they asked me, is this it? Yeah, this is it. This is it, starting right here. This is probably where, is it this one? I might have really screwed up with this
Okay,
one.
something's going
No, not
down
that
here.
one. That one was good.
Okay, something's going
What the
down.
heck is it? This girl. This is it. Parts it created. Okay. What I did was I had a 2 hour body cam video And I was like, okay, it didn't get many views on YouTube, so let me just post it over here on Facebook. I posted the 2-hour video, tried to post it on Facebook. And Facebook asked me, okay, do you want to split this into reels? And I was like, well, sure, since Facebook is recommending, I said, okay. It split it into 30-second reels. So it was trying to split this 2-hour video into about 100 and it would have been 165 reels or something like that. So what day did this happen? So look, this crazy flexible drunk wife and husband of 3 weeks go nuts at Florida Keys Country Club. Look, this is part 119. It split it into so many parts that it stopped even creating. I didn't even mean for it to do this, but I do remember after it split and it stopped at some point, this video, I should see what date this happened. I'm trying to see what date I uploaded it. This might have been what really put me over the top with the feature limit problems. I wish I could tell what date. I want to tell what date I did this. But
I don't know if you have any input on that or any
problem. I want to see. I wish they made it easier to see what date. It's kind of weird. There's got to be a date somewhere. I'm trying to see when this happened.
She's gonna get out.
Edit. I don't want to do anything. I just want to see.
She's gonna get out.
I was just trying to see what date. This is so weird that they don't let you.
She's gonna.
This is why Facebook, it just annoys me sometimes. But anyway, I know not to do that again. And in fact, the way ChatGPT is recommending to do things is a lot differently than what I had been doing. I want to go back to my content. It's not very intuitive and scrollable here. But the ones that, did well, these are the ones I've been posting so much stuff because I saw other true crime people who do really well on Facebook. I feel like they're posting dozens of times per day, not just like once or twice, but I'm going to try that. It's almost counterintuitive, but it's like work less. If you work less, Facebook will spread your post around more. And so that's kind of weird. So we're going through 6 days ago now. So you can see how often I post. March 3rd. You can tell I'm posting a lot. Several times per day. Look at this. Maybe like a dozen times per day because I thought that's what Facebook wanted. But from now on, I'm going to turn off that option when I post that says, automatically turn this into a reel, turn your post into a reel, do this or that. I want to see when I made that mistake and if it was around February when I accidentally had all those split into reels. Here it is, February 28th. So see, even before February 28th, I mean, I'm sure this did not help at all. This February 28th, and I don't even know if I'll scroll through all of them, but this is when it split it into hundreds of parts, one video, which I didn't want it to do. But we see, but even before February 28th, we can see on my thing here, it started going, that wasn't the start of the problem. The start of the problem was something maybe around February 8th. So it's like, what did I do around, see, why does that go back there? What did I do around February 8th? That was the problem. That's what I want to know. Let's see if we can find out so I can help you guys, and then I can let you know what ChatGPT told me. Now, ChatGPT might not be correct. I'm glad I was able to learn through Meta verified support that you got to just stop posting to do a reset. One thing she told me then, I was like, well, okay, if I stop posting for like 48 hours or 72 hours, how long will it take basically for me to get my reach back that I had before? And she's like, I don't know. She was saying something about maybe a week, maybe more, because I've heard some people say, I've been waiting 3 months now for my reach to come back. Well, the problem is maybe they never stop posting. I'm hoping that's what the issue was. And so if they can find this video, it could help them Because some people are natural instinct, like the Meta woman said last night, like, oh yeah, you were doing well, so your instinct was to post more, right? And she kind of laughed, and I was like, well, yeah, because if you're doing well and you're like, oh, this is working, Facebook likes what I'm doing, of course your instinct would be, well, let me keep posting more. But who knew it was counterintuitive that Facebook would then put this feature limit on it if you're posting too much. So I want to get to, so you can see here, February 18th. Oh, and you can kind of see my insights. They were doing okay, but this is after the plunge. This is after things went down. So you can see I'm posting several times a day there. I see February 17th, like at least 10 or a dozen times a day. I guess because I thought that's what they wanted. I thought Facebook was like, oh, we're wanting more and more content. We want you content creators to create more and more. So look at this, like, because I read, all these supposed gurus tell you, some of them are like, oh yeah, post 24 times a day. They tell you this stuff. So now the 16th, look at that. I'm guessing, okay, that's at least a dozen times probably that day. So I want to get to what happened I want to see what happened when the plunge truly happened. So we can all learn, and then I'll show you what ChatGPT told me. So you can tell the insights are down. We're on the 12th. And what did I say? It happened around the 8th. I want to see what happened right around there. Okay, see that was pretty good engagement there on the 11th. 11th. It's okay engagement. 10th. I just want to see what the change was. Somewhere in here. Maybe it was just... It happened right in here, I guess. Just all this posting. It was something, if you can hear the rain and the ambulance siren outside. I have the windows open. Yeah, I was trying to go for here. I was trying to get a good personal story on the 10th up because they were giving me a challenge. Facebook was like, okay, create a more personal story and maybe you can get a bonus. The 9th. So somewhere around it.
Hi there, everybody.
Maybe it was right after this. Yeah, this is where it kind of happened, I think. My engagement was doing well around this time. Kind of consistently well. You can tell by the likes and everything. Consistently well right around here. Except that one. But something, I guess, right in here. So that's consistently well. Except that one. It's hard to know. Oh, that one really did well. So it was right in here, the 5th. And I'm posting like 1, 2, 3 times a day. 6th. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times a day. And maybe it was just all this posting. So I'm just going to go back and only do very little bits of posting because something in here, that's when the engagement just started to tank after this point. So I'll show you what ChatGPT, I showed you what Meta is saying here. She's just like, to summarize, what did she say? Oh, this part I want to read you. Summarize our chat today. You have contacted us about a significant drop in your post reach. And we have investigated the issue and informed about the feature limit on your page. This is possibly affecting and given you suggestions on how to lift it. The case will be closed. My thing is, I wish they would just tell you when you have a feature limit. They don't tell you anywhere. Like, they won't flag your page anywhere. They'll say, oh, your page is good for monetization. It has no issues. They won't tell you anywhere, look, we've placed a feature limit on your page. Maybe you should stop posting so much. Take a few days off, come back with only 1 or 2 posts per page. I couldn't find that anywhere until I called Meta. Anyway, thank God I found it. That's why I'm passing this on to you. So this is what ChatGPT told me. This is what I wrote. Facebook just told me my Plunder Studios page has a feature limit and to chill out, basically, on posting so much per day, and it'll go away, but they can't tell me when. They say stop for a few days, then post maybe once or twice per day instead of so often that they think I'm a bot. And so ChatGPT is like, what they told you is actually a fairly common automated restriction called a feature limit or temporary rate limit. I'm like, where'd that come from? It usually happens when their system thinks an account might be automating activity or behaving like a bot, even if it's a real person posting a lot. So it triggered on Plunder Studios because, it might have triggered Facebook's anti-spam system flag accounts when they post too many times in a short window. Now, I do agree. I've done that. Like if I'm up and if I'm ready by 11 a.m., whatever, to start, posting all this new info on crime cases I've gotten, then yeah, I might post in spurts, but I got to stop doing that. Post similar content repeatedly, add links in many posts or comments. Well, I add links not in the post anymore, really. I put it in the first comment because I thought it was okay to do that. Because, like, if I'm referring to a report from CNN or TMZ, I like to show my readers the proof. Okay, according to TMZ, this particular thing happened. But I won't do that anymore. And I won't post a lot anymore, really. Posting rapidly across multiple formats, reels, photos, links, and comments. Well, if you post a photo and a post, Facebook encourages you to turn it into a reel. And then they're like, you want to share this to your story? So, and then it says, do a lot of engagement activity right after posting. Facebook encourages us to engage with our viewers and commenters. So it's so weird. So it says true crime body cam pages often hit this because they may post a lot of clips, documents, screenshots. And what it really means is they're temporarily restricting things like posting, commenting. And I did find that after it split that video into like hundreds of little 30-second shorts, it wouldn't let me post a different thing. And I was like, oh, so it can block you from commenting, sending messages, creating reels. So this says, yeah, it typically lasts either 24 to 48 hours, minor, or 3 to 7 days, most common. So, I mean, I can still post, thank God, but I'm just waiting for the engagement to go back up. Up to 30 days it could last. I hope it doesn't. Every time it triggers again, the next one lasts longer. So I'm not going to trigger it ever again. So it does say stop posting for the fastest reset. Stop posting for 48 to 72 hours. This lets the automation system reset your trust score. After that, post slowly 1 to 2 posts per day. And wait 3 to 6 hours between posts. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll post just a photo in the morning and just go do all my business and turn back to YouTube and creating YouTube content. That's why I'm creating this, to show you guys, if you're experiencing the same thing, what happened. Turn back to just creating YouTube videos, and then at night or something, a few hours later or whatever, maybe just post a reel or just another photo. So it's saying photo or document post. Can you have a photo with words? I don't know. And then in the evening, this is just ChatGPT saying it, do a reel or a video. Don't post 5 to 10 things back to back. A safer posting schedule for monetized pages is something like this: 1 reel, 1 photo, 1 text post. Total 2 to 3 posts per day. Ironically, this earns more money because Facebook distributes them wider. So it's so crazy to me because we can look at Facebook right now. I follow so many pages, of course, news pages, true crime pages. If it's a missing child, they want to get the word out. So they might make a post, or then they'll post 5 things a day. Like, okay, this child is missing, or this person just got arrested, or this or that, and it's weird. ChatGPT is saying Facebook won't share those necessarily as far and wide because you're posting too much. If you have many external links, repeated keywords, or repeated case names. I had no idea. Like right now, covering the Corey Richens trial, of course I'll have back-to-back post about the Corey Richens trial. Using that hashtag, I thought that's what they wanted us to do. But thank God it doesn't affect monetization eligibility, doesn't harm the page permanently unless it happens constantly. So I'm not going to do that anymore. And I kept getting, all this advice and what they're saying. Okay, Meta's algorithm prefers consistent but limited posting. Who knew? If they don't tell us. Like posts in the morning. I usually don't post between 8 to 10 a.m., but a screenshot or a document, evidence photo, a reel or a short clip, and then a longer video clip in the evening. I don't even know if I'll do that because I don't want them. I got to make sure it turns off, or I don't say split this into clips because I don't want to go through this again. Facebook is currently pushing engagement photos, and they don't mean like you just got engaged. They're saying stuff that drives comments. And they gave me examples down here. And this is why I see people do this, which I hate some of it. But I hate. Detectives say something doesn't add up here. Do you see it? This line in the police report caught my attention. Okay, that's not too bad. But wait till you see what they say later when they're like, ooh, something's different in this photo. Can you find what it is? And I'm like, no wonder people have been posting stupid stuff like that. I see it a lot on Twitter, on X, where they'll post a photo like, oh, stuff looked a lot different in the 80s. What do you notice about this photo? Or it'll say, something didn't sit quite right in this photo. What do you think it is? And then they never answer. And they're just doing it to, ramp up engagement. I won't take you through the whole thing, but I do want to show you. Oh, here's the tactic blowing up. Okay, police released this image today. That's fine. And here's the body cam from the arrest. So I don't even know if I should post body cam on Facebook anymore. I shouldn't even link them. I don't even know if it's okay to say, okay, here's a screenshot from the body cam I just got. And then just tell people check the link in bio to lead them to my YouTube page so they can watch the whole thing. I don't even know. Hopefully that's okay. But they're saying, look, this is what's working best on Facebook. A single screenshot of a police report, a court filing, and this crazy questions. That's the zoom in photo trick. I don't know. It's just it's weird to me. The mistakes, don't do 5 reels, the highest paying post right now, simple photo posts. Photo posts were doing well. But I want to show you, this bait caption formula. I don't like bait. You know what I mean? The something isn't right here. Or what do you notice? This is what ChatGPT is claiming Facebook wants to see. Okay, that is not the purge siren if you hear it in the background. Can you hear that? People on body cam watching body cam videos for the Peyton Shires case, they were like, why is the purge sound going off in the background? It's just a tornado warning signal every Wednesday at noon. So anyway, they're just giving you tips on how to restructure. Oh, this tiny detail. Watch closely around the 20-second mark. Wait for it. That's why some people take advantage of this. They create these stupid Facebook reels that are like 3 minutes long, and they're like, this is why, they're putting like detergent in a toilet and they're putting sponges around it. And people are watching the whole stupid 3-minute video like, what is this about? And they're only doing it so people can watch it longer. I'm like, I'm not going to do stupid stuff, but I can alter what I do. They're like, oh, example, pinned comment can be full body cam video will be posted later today. I'm like, I don't want to tease people with evidence on crime cases. I mean, anyway, let's get to the one. They gave me some actual ChatGPT, and the ChatGPT isn't always right, and this is weird too. 30-minute algorithm window. They're saying Facebook decides whether to distribute a post widely based on the first half hour. If you get 5 comments, small boost, 15 comments, 30 comments. So if you get a lot of comments, it's a large boost, but it's saying Don't create a post and share it to 10 groups right away. I don't do that. Don't paste links repeatedly. Which links? Don't post again within minutes. So that's fine. I can do that. Overlay this line in the report. So anyway, they're saying true crime has an advantage on Facebook because, okay, people like analyzing evidence photos like this. So they just give you an example. Like, this isn't real, but it's just kind of like something, you know, for people to pour over. And they like what I just did. They want people like, whoops, they want people doing this. They want people, you know, zooming in on photos, screenshots of a document, evidence posts, the before after comparison. You know, they want people to say, going back and forth, So I think I might create more like that. You know, it almost felt like crying. Oh, the zoom in mystery, you know, like, what do you see here? This is what they want you. They want your viewers engaging with your posts like that. It wouldn't come up yesterday either. I have it on 5G. Anyway, field of view. They want you doing all this stuff. So at least I know now. So it gives me, oh yeah, the document drop. That's a big one. Like, oh, here's a document drop so people can zoom in and, you know, look at fake stuff. Well, you know, this is fake, you know what I mean? But it'll be real when we're posting it about a real case. So that's what they kind of want. But I guess they don't really want links to it. You know, like, I want to be useful to my readers. I don't want to be like, I don't know. Anyway, you guys get it. So I've learned what I've learned, and I'm going to put it into practice, and I will keep you guys updated. And I might end up just doing some more YouTube videos. See, like, I love Abby Blabby, for example. And she's one of the ones I was looking up to see, okay, how do I do this? She has a large amount of followers, and she's posted, what, today? So far, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe about 4, 5, because that's technically today. 5 times already today she's posted, and it's just now noon. So, you know, those were the people I'm following, like, oh, I need to post a lot, you know, like, I thought I need to post a lot, but apparently I guess I don't. So I'm going to switch my whole theory around, and I'll end up digging deep.
If you turn off,
since I didn't really go into which post made the most money, I think I might separate that into a different video. I just wanted to tell you guys about this feature limit, how to lower your engagement, you know, take 2-3 days off from posting on Facebook if you're running into the same problem I am. Then when you get back, hopefully that'll reset it. And when you get back on, only post once or twice a day. See if that increases your engagement. And then if it does, when it does, let's believe in Jesus, it'll, you know, increase our engagement again. And when it does, maybe our max should be 2 or 3 times a day at most, so we won't ever hit this feature limit again. And definitely don't do what I did in terms of splitting some 2-hour video into, I didn't know I was going to split it into 30-second reels. But anyway, keep up with me. I will continue to create videos like this on content creation on, you know, Facebook, maybe YouTube tips. We'll just go through some of my most successful videos and posts, or my failures. Maybe we'll talk about how I get evidence. Whatever you guys want to talk about, or whatever hits my heart to talk about. I want to show you guys that content creation is possible. And over 50, I just like putting that in there because I'm over 50, and we'll talk more. So thank you so much for watching all this. God is love, and I'll keep you updated on when my feature limit lifts, because obviously I won't be all over Facebook every day, posting tons of times per day like I thought I was supposed to. All right, I hope this has been helpful for you. Take care.